Hi, and welcome to this special holiday episode of Kidney Plugged In. The holidays are here. It's a time to enjoy cherished moments that you share with your family and friends while enjoying delicious feasts and those irresistible holiday treats. It's normal to indulge over the holidays, but we've got a special weapon for you. Because on this episode, we've got the Kidney Wellness Hub, Come Cook With Us chefs and registered dietitians, Dani and Anja, who'll show you how to prepare 2 delectable meals and a dessert option that will help you achieve some balance in eating healthy over the holidays. So get ready to follow along with them in the kitchen. But first, we begin the episode with a special holiday message from the President of the Board of Directors of the BC Yukon Branch, Glenn Powers.
I'm Glenn Powers, and I'm a longtime volunteer for the Kidney Foundation of BC and the Yukon. And for the past 2 years, I've been the president of our board of directors. This is a time of year to reflect on what we care about. And the Kidney Foundation, which celebrated its 60th anniversary this year, is very important to me. I live every day with kidney disease, just like millions of other Canadians. I was diagnosed 10 years ago. Mine is a rare disease, but it has something in common with many others. There are treatments, but there is no cure. I'm lucky in that my disease was caught early, and I'm thrilled that there are so many effective new treatments. I'm proud of the role our foundation has played in those advances, funding research on kidney disease. Our grants make a big difference in the understanding of these diseases. The Kidney Foundation is not just about research. We're a resource for everyone affected by kidney disease. The BC Yukon Branch has developed the Kidney Wellness Hub, an online platform for everyone affected by the disease, including patients, caregivers, even people thinking about donating an organ. If you're newly diagnosed or if you've been living with kidney disease for years, this can be your first stop in connecting to people, information, and resources. Another project I'm really proud of is the Circle of Excellence. We've worked together with the American Society for Transplantation and others to recognize companies that agree to provide time off to employees that donate an organ. Governments, unions, private employers, big and small, have all come together to make sure that their healthiest and their most compassionate employees are supported by the companies they work for. If you or someone you care about has kidney disease, I want you to know that our organization is here for you. Meet us at Kidney Wellness Hub, or you can connect with us on Facebook. We'd love to see you at one of the many kidney walks we organize all over the province. And of course, you could learn more from Kidney Plugged In, with more than 250 episodes in many different languages. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone that makes this possible, but especially to all of our volunteers. One group of volunteers we rely on is our board of directors, which help guide everything we do. I want to thank our staff, which does an amazing job, whether it's fundraising, connecting patients with resources, or talking with governments about how to make the lives of people affected by kidney disease better. And I want to thank our donors. Thousands of people in our province have donated vehicles to KidneyCar, made donations big and small, or even made the foundation part of their estate plan. Every one of you is making a difference in people's lives, and you're making the holiday season better for all of us. On behalf of everyone at the Kidney Foundation, I want to wish you all a happy holiday season.
Happy holidays and welcome to another episode of Come Cook With Us. Today we're going to be making some stuffed chicken breasts. So to make that, we're first going to combine our stuffing. We're going to do some ricotta. This is going to be kind of a lighter meal. You know, when you've just been eating so heavy all over December and throughout the holidays, this is a bit of a lighter, fresher take on a New Year's meal.
I love this too because if you're not going to make like a big turkey or a big bird, if you have a small household, this is still quite festive and kind of a little bit, you know, a cut above just doing regular chicken. And I love the ricotta because it creates that creaminess without a lot of the fat, the saturated fat, so it's a really nice choice. And it's also really high in protein, so it gives you a good protein boost. Great choice.
So we've got ricotta, pepper, some sauteed garlic and olive oil. I've already done.
Oh, okay.
I'll do a little bit more, but I need more for my delicious, beautiful pepper
reserving.
coulis. Yeah. So we mix that all together. And then you're gonna do your favorite fresh herbs. It's gonna add lots of flavor without adding salt. We've got some parsley here. Just gonna get rid of that bit. I've got some basil, really whatever herbs you like. So I've got basil, parsley, and a little bit of thyme.
I love that.
I'm tearing it. I'm taking it on your lessons,
I know.
Dani. You teach me to just tear. Then I don't have to get another cutting board dirty.
I love it.
You know, it's gonna cook down anyways. Then you're gonna take your chicken breast. If you wanna be really fancy, and if you have really big, thick chicken breasts, you are gonna wanna cut them in half, butterfly it, not all the way, like you're making a little pocket that you can put this stuffing in. Ours are quite thin here, so what I'm gonna do to try to be a little fancy, we're gonna see if I can do it, is roll them in half like that. Okay. And I'm just doing it on the inside. It's okay if it oozes out. You're gonna cook it in the pan.
Oh, you're cooking it.
It's gonna get hot, so you're gonna put it.
You need some oil in there?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You're gonna fry it a bit. If you have a cast iron or an oven-safe pan, then you're gonna save yourself another step because after we brown both sides, we're gonna put this in an oven-safe dish and bake it in the oven. I think that's pretty warm, so. Did ooze out a little bit, but we're okay. It's not quite hot enough, hey?
It's getting there. Yeah, now it's hot. Yeah.
Okay.
It's coming to life.
There we go. And you're just browning both sides of the chicken.
Yeah, how long do you have to cook it?
So you're just browning it because you're gonna be cooking it in the oven. What you're doing is searing in those chicken juices. So probably a couple minutes per side, maybe about 3 minutes per side.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna put it in the oven at 350, where it's gonna cook until the chicken reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, which is gonna take about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how thick your chicken breast is. So check it so you don't dry it out.
Yeah, we can
These are
transfer that.
We can transfer them onto our pan.
Perfect. I can help with that, and then maybe you can help me with the oven piece.
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. This smells so good.
Pop it in here.
Great. And so that oven is at 175?
Or 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And then again about a half an hour. So while that cooks, we're gonna make our red pepper sauce.
I'm so excited.
Okay, to serve up our chicken, we're gonna make a delicious pepper sauce. Dani had these great peppers that did you roast these ahead of time and then freeze them?
I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I like these little peppers and I like roasting them just with olive oil. And then I freeze them and have them ready for, you know, moments like this.
Perfect. You're able to pull it out. If you didn't, you could roast some peppers that you had on hand in the oven, probably like a half an hour. You want to turn it on the sides.
Yeah.
If you've got a gas stove, you can just char them. Really, you're trying to make them soft.
Yeah.
I'm taking off the stems. I mean, I could peel them too.
I never do. I just throw it in.
I peel them depending.
Depending.
If they're a little bit, the peel is a little bit bitter.
Yeah.
So, oh, thank you.
Just take these away from me.
Okay, so I'll just take
How
a
many
couple.
would you like?
You want about a cup. So
Okay.
maybe 2 whole peppers, and maybe if you're using these small ones, like, what do we have here, 6?
This is nice. The peel comes off really easily.
Yeah, and if you are doing this at home and you want the peel to come off easily, I think this is easier because you've frozen them.
Yeah.
Because
maybe.
at home, I have to put a plate on top of the bowl, and then the steam causes the skin to come
that's
off really easily.
clever.
Oh, I just put the peel in. And then in here, this is just garlic and olive oil.
I love that you're layering so many flavors together. Chicken is a bit bland, you know, so what you're doing is adding so many layers of flavor with this coulis, with the ricotta, with the herbs, with the lemon juice, with the garlic. No salt in sight.
No salt.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's not what I want.
What are you looking for?
I wanted pepper, but I don't think I need it.
Okay.
Then you're gonna process this
Yeah, I can help you with that.
in your fancy
In my
contraption
magic
here.
bullet. Okay.
And then if you used red peppers, I mean, we used these yellow and orange ones. If you used red, you'd have this beautiful red
Yeah.
color, but now you've got this beautiful orange color. And then as our chicken comes out of the oven, we will warm this up and plate it on top of our chicken stuffed with ricotta. We've pulled out our chicken from the oven and we used a thermometer to make sure it reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit to make sure that the chicken and the egg are cooked. Now we've got this beautiful orange pepper coulis that we've heated up, and you're just gonna spoon it all over that chicken. And serve it up with a side of rice or some vegetables. I should have let you do it. You're much better at it.
This looks really great. I'm excited to try it, and I love the colors on the plate. We hope that you really enjoy adding more vegetables to your life, but just have fun playing with your food.
Leave me a message and I'll get back to you.
I can't believe it's been almost 20 years since we met. My whole life has changed. Whenever I felt alone, you were there for me. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I couldn't have done it without the Kidney Foundation. And now, I need you more than ever.
Today, we're gonna be taking a spin on a traditional dish, and we're gonna be using some sage to make some crispy sage tofu. What I've done first is I've pressed the tofu. This isn't something you have to do for this dish, but because tofu is so full of moisture, if you're gonna fry it to help it stay in that texture, it's really good to press it and take the water out. So I put it in a paper towel with a plate and something heavy like a cutting board or a stack of cookbooks on top. And like you can see, if I squeeze how much liquid really came out of there. So a lot.
I can take that.
Thank you.
Now, tofu gets a bit of a rap for, you know, being a soy product, and a lot of people are hesitant for health reasons to incorporate it into their diet. But we know that actually that evidence is not true, and people who eat soy all around the world actually fare better in terms of health outcomes. So we really encourage you to give this recipe a try. It's a great way to start getting to know tofu and enjoying it as part of your regular routine.
Yeah, this crispy breadcrumbs on the side are going to sell you for this dish, I think. So we've got some breadcrumbs. I'm going to put them in a bowl. And then we want those kind of hearty flavors. So I've got some nutmeg here, garlic powder, sage. I'm just gonna chop up the sage here. And Dani, do you want to show us? We've got whole fennel seeds, and I think we should put some crushed in there. So how can we?
These smell outstanding. They're whole seeds. I love buying whole seeds, and I just love kind of crushing them. So I think every kitchen where you're kind of wanting to work with spices should have a mortar and pestle. It's such an integral piece of equipment, and it dates back to ancient times, so I feel like I'm channeling the old days when I do this, and it's just a lot of fun. Of course, you can buy a spice grinder.
Or the spices ground already.
Or buy them ground, but it's not the same as doing them by hand. And of course, when you do things by hand, they don't come out perfectly, But what you're trying to do is kind of take the pestle and just push the spices to the edge of the mortar. And the mortar has these ridges, so basically what you get is a bit of a powder.
Oh, and I'm gonna use some rosemary. Really, like, this is what you can put on the side of your holiday meal instead of to go along with your turkey or your roast. So I'm really trying to get all those flavors in here that you would put. The rosemary, the sage, the nutmeg. Okay.
Nutmeg's a really clever add-on because it's very meaty. So you're gonna really get a lot of meatiness in that.
So if you
do
just
not blend.
No. Do you want to just give me some that might be a little bit?
Yeah, not all of it blended, but yeah, you can just do.
A little bit from.
They
oh,
are
it smells
broken.
really good. Yeah.
I broke up a lot of the seeds, but these fennel seeds are pretty hard.
So I've got my tofu. You can cut this into small pieces, but to help with frying and really getting it crispy, I like them a little bit bigger. And what I've got here is some cornstarch. Actually, I should probably have it in this order. Some cornstarch, some plant-based or regular milk, whatever you are desiring, and our sage and breadcrumb mixture. So you can take the tofu and you bread it in the cornstarch, shake off all that extra cornstarch, and then the milk, and then your breadcrumbs. And the milk and the cornstarch are what is going to get these breadcrumbs to stick. And then we're putting it in a hot pan, and you're shallow frying it. It's the holidays, we're not baking it. You could, I mean really, there's nothing wrong with baking it, but we're gonna fry it because it's gonna get that really nice, rich crispiness. If you are to bake it, I would definitely spray or drizzle some oil on the top because that's what's gonna get your crispiness.
You can also do this with veggies. You know, if you slice your veggies like eggplant or carrots or yams or whatever veggies you like, Brussels sprouts, you could do the same steps of cornstarch, plant-based milk, and your mixture of seasonings. And then you could fry that all up together with the tofu.
So we're just gonna get this last one in there, and then it's going to take a couple of minutes per side. And you just want to brown all those sides in there. I'm gonna need
Yeah, I'll grab you a spatula.
something. I'm gonna wash my hands quickly. Okay, and then you just want to turn them over. You can see how nice and crispy that's getting.
It smells amazing.
And that sage smells so good,
So
right?
good.
It's that fresh sage that's really giving off those holiday vibes. And then you can serve this as an addition to your holiday meal. I'm not saying you have to make tofu for everybody instead of your turkey, instead of your roast, but sometimes it's nice to have that plant-based alternative, and you never know how much people are actually gonna eat.
It's amazing, like when you put this as part of kind of like a Mediterranean platter, it's a great add-on. And I even like it kind of cubed, like I would do the tofu in cubes, and then you have little toothpicks so people can kind of pick up a cube of tofu that's been battered like this. That's also a really nice way of serving it. So hopefully you will try this recipe, really give tofu a chance, as I like to say, and enjoy embracing the flavors of the holidays while eating some vegetarian options.
Can you imagine losing most of something without realizing it? Over time, kidney disease can destroy up to 80% of kidney function before you notice any symptoms. Talk to your family doctor to see if you're at risk and need to be screened. It could save your life.
Today we're going to be making some vegan fudge brownies. To start with, we've got black beans because they give you lots of fiber and are very well hidden in these brownie recipes. So,
Oh my gosh, you're gonna put black beans
I
in
know.
dessert?
I know, you
This
know-
is shocking. This is shocking.
I know, everyone's gonna say, oh my gosh, the dietitian. But trust me on this because these are gonna make it moist and they're gonna actually make it quite fudgy because of the way they're going to be processed in here. You're not even gonna know that there's black beans in here. So we've got 2 cans of black beans in the food processor. We're gonna put some avocado or olive oil Then you're gonna add a flax egg. You do not have to use flax. You can use 2 eggs. This is 2 tablespoons of flax mixed with a 1/4 cup of water to make it that binding consistency that you would have with eggs. So you want to mix this ahead of time to make it kind of thick.
Why are you using a flax egg as opposed to regular eggs?
One, we're gonna make this a vegan dish to increase plant-based.
Okay.
Also, you can use flax seeds. They're gonna add more fiber. You're
Right.
gonna really get your fibers worth in
Fiber
this
bucks.
brownie.
Yeah. It's gonna be like portion control, because you know if you have too many pieces, it's gonna be trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and
okay.
you're not gonna need too many
You're
because
not.
you're gonna
You're
feel
gonna be full.
satiated just from
Nice.
one.
Love it.
Okay, so
Okay.
we've got the flax egg. We're gonna have some cocoa powder.
And you use canned beans in this, black beans that were canned, right? That were already processed, just quicker.
Yes,
Okay.
quicker, rinse them, use low sodium or no salt added black beans. I mean, if you have some in the freezer, I know you're a fan of cooking them ahead of
I
time
love
and
making-
freezing them.
yeah.
Definitely, you can pop those in there, just 2 canned equivalents.
Okay.
How much cocoa powder? You got 1/2 cup of cocoa powder here. Put that in there. You're gonna put a little bit of peppermint and vanilla extract. So in there. You've got maple syrup for your sweetness. And baking powder. And okay, first we're gonna
want me to blend this
Can you
for
blend
you?
that a little bit?
Yeah, I can blend
And
that
you're
a
gonna
little bit.
do it until it's smooth. Oh, a pinch of salt. I forgot. Here you go.
Yep. Throw that on there.
you go.
Bam.
Tiny bit of salt in baking. It's okay.
So this has to come to a pureed consistency?
Yeah, you want it
Okay.
kind of smooth. Yeah. You're really hiding those black beans.
Oh my goodness, it does look very chocolatey.
Right?
Yeah. So creamy looking too. Great.
Okay, we're adding, now we're also not adding more fiber here.
Yes.
This is spelt flour. You can use whole wheat flour. You could probably use white flour as well, but we really are making these dense, nutrition dense and fiber filled and good for your gut. So this is spelt flour, again, another way to add a different kind of grain to your diet.
Awesome.
So if you
Pop that
can
in,
mix
sure.
that in,
Does
and
it
then
all
you just
go in?
want it to kind of, yes.
Okay.
And then you just want it to pulse to combine it.
Got it. Yeah. Pulse a few times. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, and then you can put it in this pan right here, in this bowl right here.
Okay.
So it is a bit thick, which is okay.
Pasty.
Pasty, yeah. So, unfortunately, I mean, we're baking for the holidays. We're not doing a one-pan thing, right? You are gonna get a few things dirty, but we only cook peppermint brownies once, right? So it's okay that we're making a few extra dishes than we. And you're doing this so that you can add the chocolate chips in.
And I like that these are nut-free because, you know, if you're going to a party with kids and, you know, we have to be so careful with allergies, I feel like this is a really nice Christmas dessert or holiday dessert or, you know, any time of year dessert.
Yeah, really. I mean, you don't throw in the candy canes on top, and it can be just a black bean brownie, right? Even if you keep out the peppermint extract. So I'm not measuring my chocolate chips because I feel like
you're generous with
you
those.
can use your heart to any
You
recipe.
like chocolate?
Yeah, I do. I feel like any chocolate chip cookie recipe or recipe that tells you how many to put in is wrong. You should just do a few handfuls
It's
of it.
totally incorrect. And you should double it.
Just do a few handfuls.
I love it.
Okay, now we're going to spoon it out
Yes.
into our parchment lined. This one we're just using a pie dish. We're gonna make it like a round kind of cakey thing. You can do any sort of pan.
I like this too for like I'm thinking a post-workout snack. You know,
Yeah, it's high
like,
protein, high fiber, great.
yeah, if you want to go on a hike and you know you just need a snack or you're doing a bigger exercise day.
I love it. You don't need to do your workout to eat the brownie. You can enjoy
That's
them
true.
whether or not.
That's true.
I'm just
All right.
gonna cut off this extra bit so it doesn't catch on fire.
Yep.
Then you're gonna press it into your pie dish or prepared baking sheet and put it in the preheated oven, which is at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake it for about a half an hour or until the top gets dry and a little bit cracked.
So that's 175 Celsius. So it's not very high heat.
So low heat, so it's gonna dry out a little bit. And then we're gonna melt some chocolate that we're gonna drizzle on top. Okay, we've let our brownie cool and I've just melted some chocolate with coconut oil. I did it in the microwave, but if you don't have a microwave, you can just do it on a double boiler. And we're gonna drizzle that delicious, see, this is how chocolatey this is.
This is so yum. I think what's so fun about the holiday season, the festive season, is just being able to get together, to bake together, do something simple like this. Wow, I love the peppermint, festive.
And then we have to make it festive with some peppermint candy canes that I've crushed up.
Yeah, let's just put them
all on top. They're
yeah.
kinda,
Ooh, I see what you
kinda
mean.
sticky.
Yeah,
They're really
good job crushing.
There you go.
You really candy crushed that. Okay, here we go. That looks great.
Perfect.
Beautiful. And that chocolate's going to set and it's going to look
Yeah, so
great.
let that harden and set before you dig into it.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
I love cooking with you.
You too.
And I hope you do too.
If you or a family member are at higher risk of developing kidney disease, we invite you to explore the Kidney Wellness Hub with customized tools and resources designed to help you preserve your kidney health.
Spoon it all over that chicken. I should have let you do it. You're much better at it.
I can't do anything with this. Like, what are you talking about? You just smear it and then you're like, how about you fix that now? Okay, let's, sure. How about I just eat it? I'll fix it by removing it from the plate. That's all I got.
I was trying to be all creative in it.
Funny. You still, you have yet to smear chocolate on top of the brownie.